Hello, everyone. I'm sure if you are Nigerian and you follow issues that happen on social media, you would have seen justice for Ochanya trending. Hmm. Justice for Ochanya. I think it's like about 7 or 8 years ago, right? 6, 7 years ago, that whole story broke, and we all made demands for Ochanya. This is a young girl that had been raped from the age of 8 until she died when she was 13. Ochanya went through so much, very intelligent young girl with her family, and her own mother's sister came to the village to come and take her. Came to the village to take her that she was going to live with them. And then the son started raping her when she was 8. I think they took her when she was around 5 or thereabout. The son, that's now her cousin, started raping her when she was around 8. One day, her female cousin, that's the son's sister. So her mother's sister took her. Her mother's sister's son was raping her. Then her mother's sister's daughter found out what was happening and reported to either her parents or her father, but the father was aware. From there, the father also started. And they kept raping her. There were so many other complications. I can't remember whether there were some pregnancies, there were some abortions or so. Maybe that's another case, because when it comes to sexual harassment, rape, defilement, there are so many heartbreaking stories that every day you hear them, your heart is crashing. Currently, there's another one where there's a man who has been sleeping with his two daughters. One is 2, the other one is 5. At the same, they just reported him to police. Police are handling those ones. And Ochanya died. Before Ochanya died, she went through harrowing experience to the extent she now had VVF. This is when you can you can no longer control urine. In her own case, she couldn't control urine, she couldn't control feces, so she was pooping constantly. Her body could no longer regulate and control it, and she was dripping of urine, and she had to be wearing, pampers. Some of the stories that came out is that she was actually even beaten in school constantly because they felt it was her fault. She was bedwetting. Why are you such a big girl and you're still bedwetting? Not knowing that her system, you understand, her reproductive organs had been so damaged. Her urinary and fecal digestive organ from the outside had been so damaged that they couldn't now control them. So the bladder couldn't hold itself and all of that. And it's going on. And recently, again, the case surfaced, and you see all over the social media where they're saying justice for Ochanya. What it means is that people have now found their voices, and it's also somehow, you know, painful that many people, this is the first time they are hearing about the case, although you agree that some of the people who are hearing about the case now were quite young when the case happened. Maybe they were not even on social media, but there are so many more who are just hearing the case for the first time. And so you ask yourself, did you do enough to have that the case out? But indeed, at that time, it was more or less enough, because they were arrested. The father was arrested. The son, ran away. There were prosecution. The mom also was arrested. I think one time she was sent to jail because there were so many things that they say she was hiding. She also was a participant, even though she did not directly abuse Ochanya, but in her action, she protected the people who were abusing her, and all of that. But now again, what is happening is that uh, justice is being eluded, and these are people who have done this heinous crime. They are getting away with it. So many more people, are adding their voices, to it, which is a good one. We must never allow just this kind of issues for people to get away with them just because time has lapsed. Yes, they say justice delayed is justice designed. Justice delayed is justice denied. But then, in the case of Ochanya, she might not have gotten justice while she was alive. But what we must do is that every one of us, we must ensure we do everything we can for her to be able to get the justice she needs right now. One of the things for me about the young people of Nigeria is how incredibly talented and creative they are, how tenacious they are, how they use social media. Are they able to use technology to their own advantage? They are calling out on this issue. And I've seen a place where many of them are going out especially the young women, are out there in public, in buses, schools, talking about this issue. I've even seen a place where they're doing videos and translating it to different languages. So I'm going to also do a video in ASACO just explaining this to contribute to what they're doing. But they're so amazing in the way that they are calling out, for justice for this young girl that her life was tragically ended. Very intelligent young girl. If you listen to any interviews that she granted, she was so articulate. You could see someone who, at that very young age, in spite of what she had gone through, she was able to express herself in the way that everyone could understand. So I would also be doing that. So please, in whatever way that you can, be that voice, speak up, let Ochanya get the justice that was denied her. And most importantly, there are other children who are currently in the shoes that Ochanya used to be in. We must give them the capacity for them to have a voice, to be able to come out and to speak and say that, look, this is not acceptable, what has happened. And so when they see that the perpetrators are being punished, then it will also give them the ability and the capacity for them to be able to speak out. And for those people who protect their family members just because, honestly, shame on you. You are also like the perpetrators, if not even worse than the perpetrators. You're the ones who give them room for them to hide. You're the ones who give them enabling environment for them to continue to abuse people, to rape people, to it's just to defile. It's such a heinous thing. And see what King Charles has done to his brother, where he has stripped him everything, royal name, royal title, kicked him out of the house. Say, if you've done certain heinous things, family shouldn't protect you. When they say family, family is not about criminality. You should not be protecting someone just because they are your family when they've done hideous things. Let people face the consequences of their action. And for those women who continue to hide this thing, to support it in a way to make it look like, to give enabling environment, honestly, shame on you. Honestly, shame on you. You are enablers of this whole, excuse me, you are enablers of this whole thing, and it needs to stop. This is not the way, to live life. And I call on every Nigerian, please add your voice to the call for Ochanya to get justice, for her family to be able to get justice. It's painful when all of these things are being done to people, and most especially just because you're poor, you just get treated this way. Let's get justice for Ochanya.